Hello, I'm Jude and I'm working with GroWrexham. First of all, I'm going to do small seeds. Now I'm going to plant directly into a seed tray just because it happens to be here and it's clean. So let me grab some compost and I'll show you how we get started. Now your growing medium should be peat free, either a seed growing compost or a multi-purpose compost. And the reason I've put it into this tray is so that I can go through it with my hands and make sure there's no big lumps in it. So now I'm going to fill my seed tray, tap it down, and I'm not going to fill it so it's over full. And you can see I'm sorting through it with my fingers to try and find any big lumps. If I find any big lumps, I either can crumble them or put them to one side. Sometimes you'll find little bits of twig left in these. Depends where your composters come from. There, I've got a lump there that I cannot break, so that one needs to go. That's back in the bin. So when you've got the growing medium nearly to the top of the tub, you need to push it down. And you can either push it down with a clever little bit of board like this, which is called a tamper, or you can just pick up another tray and tap that one down in so the growing medium is just below the surface of the tray. So can you see you've got a gap there, and that's going to help you when you're watering. Okay, I'm going to sow into here some salad leaves, and the important thing is to make some labels. So I make my labels before I put the seeds in, because at the moment when you're really excited and you water and you pass them on, you forget which tray has got which seed in it. So there's nothing wrong with writing your label and keeping it with the packet. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to put my label in, which just says salad leaves. It isn't interfering with anything else I'm doing in that tray. And now I'm going to open my seeds. Seed packets are wonderful. They give you all the information you need. Sometimes they will have a list of instructions. Sometimes they'll have a graphic, an image to show you what goes where, spacing, and it will say things like when to sow, where to sow, and what to do, pricking them on, moving them out, putting them out, bringing them back in again. So read the packet. And if there's anything on there you don't understand, just have a look, see what other packets are saying, or take a look at some expert advice. Back to my lettuce. It's a red and green salad bowl mix. I can plant this anytime between March and August. So this little coloured strip is showing me when I can plant. Now that means I can put a few in every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, all the way through the summer, which is lovely. And I can also start harvesting between April through to October. So that salad can be coming out as bigger leaves, or it can be tiny leaves. Let's get these lettuce planted then. Tap your seeds down so they're all at the bottom of the little foil packet inside, and then cut or tear across the top. Don't randomly rip it open, because some of the seeds are very tiny and they will fly everywhere. So what I'm going to do is put a few into the palm of my hand. So now I'm not going to move those. I'm going to stand that packet to one side, and I'm only going to plant a few of the lettuce seeds. I've got a better chance of success if I only plant a few. If I put my seeds in very, very close together, they will crowd, they'll get damp, and you run the risk of what's called damping off. Sometimes you'll come to a row of seeds, and what will happen is you'll find that they're all falling over. They break at the bottom edge and everything looks mouldy. That's called damping off, and it's because they've been too cool and too close together. So let's do them a favour and let's space them out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is rub my finger and thumb together, and I am gradually sprinkling the lettuce seeds across the top of the growing medium. I've got dry fingers and a dry hand. If I had wet fingers, the seeds would stick to me. Now, I've covered the surface. They're about 5 mil apart, about a centimetre apart, about the width of my finger apart. The seeds I don't want to use, I'm now going to tip back in the packet. So everything was nice and dry there. I'm now going to fold that over, squeeze the air out, fold it over again, and I'm going to put it back with the description of what it is, and I'm going to put a little paper clip over the edge, and now I know I've got some more for next month. The other things they need, remember, is going to be water, and they don't need light at this stage. We can put them in the dark. So that seems a bit strange because you think seeds need light. No, they don't. It's the leaves that come up out of the seed that needs the light. Until they have leaves, they don't need sunshine. Okay, so now I'm going to put a little bit more soil or growing medium over the top of the seeds and see how they get on. Now I can do this in a couple of ways. So I can pick up a handful and sprinkle it across the seed. Just level that out a little bit. The other choice I've got is to sieve it on. So then we can, this is obviously going to take out all the lumps that you don't want on top of your seeds. And can you see it's going on in a nice, smooth, nice even layer, just until I cannot see the seeds anymore. Okay, so now I'm ready to water. So this was the next thing. We've got water, oxygen, we're going to get the temperature right. So here's the water going in. We've got a couple of choices. We can either water into the tub, or we can put it soaking into water. So you've got two completely different things going on. We're watering from above, or we're watering from underneath.